So you put perfume on for this stream?
I just want to feel alive.
He is the wind, and she is the wave, and together they make up the band they call the wind and the wave. They're not related, they're best buds, they're BFFs for life, hashtag BBIT dubs. It's the Dwight and Patty Show. It's the Dwight and Patty Show. It's the Dwight and Patty Show.
It's Dwight and Patty.
Hello, welcome to episode 5 of the Dwight and Patty Show podcast, season 2, presented by The Wind and the Wizzy.
I also put makeup on.
You put makeup on too. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Someone posted a photo of you the other day when you had the super long brown hair with blonde highlights. Smoking hot. Really liked your hair then.
Thank you.
Not as much now. It's fine. It's fine.
Kevin likes the short hair, but he also prefers the natural colors like brown and blonde and stuff like that. He's okay with it. He likes it, but
show him the picture that girl posted of you with the long hair. And
okay, I will insert a picture of long hair. I won't post that one because I don't think that's actually a good picture, but I do have another one that it looks really good.
Yeah.
Sitting on our mantle.
It's just I mean, most of my time that I've known you, which has been how long now? Like 10 or 11 years, it seems like.
Yeah. Probably closer to
you have had short hair most of the time that I've known you. Shorter.
And then
I don't know if shoulder length is considered short.
Yeah, it's short hair.
Short hair.
And then you expressed that you thought that you liked you liked my short hair and you didn't want me to grow it long. And then I grew it long anyway. And then you were like, okay, I like your long hair. And then you were not liking it when I cut it again.
Let's be specific. What I said was, because I don't like to be misquoted, Missy.
Well, it's neither here nor there. I won't be able to.
What I said was, I liked your bangs. I thought that the bang thing was unique and looked really cool on you. And I thought it was kind of your signature. And if you changed it, it was going to be weird. And then for a while when you were growing your hair out to be long, including growing your bangs, I really didn't like it because bangs growing out looked terrible. But when it got grown out, it's your best look and it's not even close.
Oh, that's really sweet. I'm not
I know you don't care what I think anymore, but I'm just telling you you look like a model when you have long hair. And you look like a rock chick with the short hair. It's fine. You do what you need to do. Okay, so
I like versatility. I like change, so
okay,
I'm gonna keep mixing
So I was
up.
driving. Short hair is not versatile. So I was driving down. Well, actually, except for the fact that you make an attractive Mexican narco trafficker.
OMG.
As a man, you make an attractive man.
Yeah, that was fun. We had
Did you send it to your cousin?
No, I didn't. I assumed that people saw it because it was on my Instagram story, but I guess I was just bored. And we had a 7-year-old boy spending the night, and he really wanted to play video games and stuff, but I was trying to break it up because I don't want him to play video games all day long. So I was bribing him with video game screen time to do other things like take a walk and eat your lunch and dress up like a girl.
Okay, and insert photo here.
He won't want me to share his photo. He asked me not to.
No, yours.
But I will share mine. Yes, Kevin.
What about Kevin's?
Kevin didn't dress up. He was just like an artiste. I asked him to draw a mustache on my face, and I thought he was going to draw like a, just like the lines. No, he went all in, and he was like doing the hairs.
He went gangster and he did a good job too.
Yeah, it was a good stash. And then I put those glasses on and then I was like, well, I can't stop here. I need to put the whole garb. So yeah, it was fun.
I was driving down the street today to pick up curbside groceries. The there was a man walking his dogs in his 50s, he looked like, screaming at me as I came down Rab Road, pointing and screaming at me to slow down.
Were you driving too fast?
I looked down at my speedometer and it said 11 miles an hour. And I was like,
That's under the speed limit, isn't it?
it's way under. It's 25 in my name. And I was like, what is this dude? And I just go, and he yelled even more. He was so mad that I went, he was so mad. And I was just like, hey man.
Maybe he was looking for like an off-leash dog or something, and he was like something you didn't pick up on, maybe?
No, he's a crazy, angry person who hates his life despite everything that's going on. He cannot see anything. He cannot see the forest for the trees.
That could be. This, I feel like this time, what's going on right now is either making people really anxious or it's having a super calming effect. Like we talked about this last time. I'm surprised that I'm not feeling more anxious. I think like I'm usually anxious about the unknown and the uncertainty of life in general. And I think right now what's happening is like the world is going, yeah, it is uncertain and everything is unknown and you have no control over everything. See? And
right.
And it's like the outside is matching how I feel on the inside normally right now. And so now I'm like calm with it. I'm like, yeah, I have no control and everything's fine.
Well, I'm in a bad mood today. I think it's related to just kind of being cooped up.
Yeah.
Evan had a bad day yesterday, pulled himself out of it, but it's just not cool with it, you know, just like, I'm not cool with this.
Just with
He's like, I'm not
general.
Well, I'm not cool with this. And then having to roll into summer,
right?
Which is already boring on the back of this. He's like, what am I going to do? What do I do? You know?
Yeah.
And it's hard for a kid. You know, you can be like, go do art, go do this. Okay. So they go do an hour of art. It's like, okay, they've done an hour.
Now what?
They've sat there and okay, now what? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go take a walk. Okay, they go do that. There's 2 hours of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's tough in a different way for older kids because with younger kids you can take them to the swings, right. You know, or if you have a swing in your backyard, they'll swing all fucking day. You put a baby pool out, they'll jump in and out of the baby pool till the sun goes down.
Or you can have a tickle party for 15 minutes or something random,
or a nap. Yeah. You know, with older kids, man, it's tough. It's tough because they just don't know what they do is they hang out with their friends. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So I woke up in a semi-bad mood. Sarah's been in, she's been dealing with it the way, let me put it this way. She did 7 hours of yard work yesterday, literally, and maybe 8 hours the day before. She is just flat out like, I won't think about anything. I will sit in the sun and I will do work.
Just work it away. Work.
Yeah, I mean, we've already figured out where we're putting a tiny home for an Airbnb along the left side of our house. I mean, like,
reminds me of this song. Do you know what it is yet? Do you know what it is?
No. Oh, I didn't know that's how that song started.
Now you know. I love this song.
I want to soak up the sun. Sheryl Crow's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, copyright. Come on. So, Sheryl Crow's incredible. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I think you have to deal with any crisis, the way you deal with it. I remember, you know, when Evan was little, he used to always get the croup. Does everyone call it the croup?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out Evan has like a unusually small esophagus or something like that is what we were told, because he got it up until he was like 10 years old.
Wow. So
Yeah.
he's kind of an at risk.
Well, I don't think he is anymore because he hasn't had it in like 2 years. But, they were like, maybe he's asthmatic and he hasn't really been. And he can go and play sports and not have any breathing problems. It might be something in his life that he later down the road, has to deal with. But it's just something weird and genetic that popped up for him. But anyway, I don't deal well with the croup. Even though I am fully aware that in the Western world, most kids do not die from the croup. Okay.
It's scary.
You put them in. Yeah. You either put them in front of a hot shower or, steam, or a cold refrigerator, or outside can clear it up. But his always required a breathing treatment. So we always had to go to the emergency room. Also, when a kid panics when they can't breathe, when they panic, it's a done deal. And so Sarah was always the one that would take him to the hospital, and I would stay up and rearrange the garage at 3 a.m.
to deal with your stress.
I just had nothing else I could do other than physical labor.
Right.
Which I guess Sarah has that in her too. Maybe it's one of the reasons we love each other. Which also, let me say this. Corona can suck a dick. We've been getting along fabulously. And I feel like our relationship is stronger maybe than it's been in a couple years overall. I mean, we're pretty good in general, but I mean, we're in a good spot, I think.
That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Kevin and I are in a really good spot too.
Yeah. So
I'm actually surprised that we haven't been, even if they aren't real fights, I'm surprised we haven't been like more nitpicky, Well,
part of it is you have to respect what Sarah likes me to be around her the entire time we're home. And I like to have alone time.
Mm-hmm.
So she has to compromise and I have to compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have to be all up in it when I don't want to be all up in it. And sometimes she has to go, he's going to go to the closet and make music for the next 4 hours.
The Cludio.
And I'm just going to have to, the Cludio, and I'm just going to have to be good with it. Speaking of which, the Corona sessions are going incredibly well.
Is it the Stazit? Is it the Cludio or the Stazit? The Stuzit? The Stazit?
I honestly don't like either one of those.
I like Cludio. I think that's the best one.
Cludio is the best of those, yeah. If anyone has a better suggestion, email it to the Dwight and Patty Show podcast. No, the Dwight and Patty Show at gmail.com.
Yes, the Dwight and Patty Show at gmail.com. Thank you.
And I'm 4 songs in. I haven't sent you the 4th one yet, but it's pretty epic and great.
I thought the first one was going to be my favorite track. And maybe it still is. I don't know. Maybe I just like the new. But the one you sent me yesterday, fan-fucking-tastic. It's so good.
Are you impressed with my guitar playing? A little bit, right? Like a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah, I also thought for a second maybe he's having Jackson play on some stuff.
That's me. I'm playing every instrument.
It's awesome. I like the
Yeah. So, so we're continuing, and then I'll jump on the 5th one probably tomorrow. And
what'd you guys do for Easter yesterday?
Nothing.
Oh, can you hear Trip barking?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm about to get interrupted too, I think. So, this is what it is.
Oh.
So we when I that 5th one, you don't have the words done on it, right?
No.
Because after that one, I'm going to want to do the 6th one, which we don't have ready. So we're going to need to write.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Got it.
And I also need to know if that song's in the right key for you before I track it.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to speed it up. Oh, I'll tell you that. Anyway, Easter, nothing.
Easter, nothing.
We did nothing. He is
absolutely
risen.
Nothing.
Yeah. I called my family and we FaceTimed, and they're all quarantined together. So all the kids and all the
That's
grandparents.
a lot.
It's a lot. It's like 10
Where?
people
In
Houston and West
Houston.
University. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're all kind of seemingly enjoying themselves,
Mhm.
Anyway, what did you do?
Went over to the Rumsfelds.
Yeah. Which they will forever be named now.
Yeah, now they are. Sally did some curbside pickup from Easy Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
So we had bread and beer cheese and sauerkraut, sausage. I don't eat sausage, but it smelled amazing.
Yeah, they make good shit there.
Yeah. Kevin and I got to hide the Easter eggs in the backyard.
That's a fun experience, like the first time you do it.
I think it was my first time doing that, and it was so much fun. I was like,
by the way,
I'm going to make this one obvious for the 4-year-old. I'm going to hide this one really hard. It was awesome.
Okay, by the way, if you're listening with your child right now, the Easter Bunny is real, and ask for Patricia's help. There is no, just so you know, the Easter Bunny is real. Okay. Sorry, disclaimer, kid show.
He specifically asked me for help yesterday.
Have you been enjoying anything this week?
Yes. I've been binging.
What is it?
I've been binging Ozark.
Oh, can you hear Ellie barking?
A little bit.
No?
A little bit, faintly.
Ozark, we started the first season. Great show, but kind of dark, and I wasn't in the mood for dark right now, so I haven't been able to finish it.
Yeah, it's dark, but I'm on the 3rd season, the one that just came out, because I've been waiting for it. I fucking love it. I love that show. But it is dark. You have to be in the right mood.
Let me say what I've been into on the side of that.
Same.
There's a playlist on Spotify called Feel Good Indie Rock. And for whatever reason, this playlist is hitting me in all the right spots right now.
Okay.
Bands I don't know anything about. Sure, Fruit Bats. There's some Rah Rah Riot on there. There's a remix of that amazing Manchester Orchestra song, The Gold. It's like a soul version.
Yep, I love.
Listen to this shit.
Couldn't really love you anymore. You've become a ceiling.
Oh yeah.
I go, mine changed you. You don't have to hold me anymore. Our caves collapsing. I don't want to be me anymore. My old man told me you don't open your eyes for no one. You just
this whole playlist feels like that. It's got that amazing
awesome.
Brittany Howard stuff on it. It's got this band called French Cassettes, which is awesome. It's this band called Winnetaka Bowling League. This rad chick named Caroline Rose. I'm telling you, if you don't have Spotify, go check out all those bands I just said. Mount Joy, Ages and Ages. Incredible band. Who are all these bands? Goth Babe. Great
it's incredible band. How many bands are out there, and even bands that are doing well that you've never heard of. It's amazing.
But I mean, bands that are great.
Yeah.
Great. Like all that stuff I just said, their stuff is great.
Okay.
So I've really been enjoying that. And then also, do you have anything else you've been enjoying? Because also I went down kind of a 90s hole. What do you call that? Rabbit hole the other night.
Mm-hmm.
All the 90s music I used to love. And one of the ones I ended up stumbling upon was, which maybe I'll make a playlist we can post or something.
We should do that.
Of the 90s stuff that I'm talking about. Okay. To the Patreon. But I stumbled upon, do you know the song Santa Monica by the band Everclear.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a big kind of hit in my day, and I just love that song. And sometimes when I
1 second.
you got to pull it away from your speaker a little bit because it peaks out.
Still living with your ghost, lonely and dreaming of the West Coast.
I'm not familiar with this
I
one.
don't wanna be your downtown. I don't wanna be your stool picking with my big black boots and an old suitcase. I do believe I'll find myself a new place.
Continuar.
Anyway, so stop it. So it says, so I read the comments on YouTube when I go down these things because I'm listening to the songs and I'm just reading stuff.
Yeah.
Most comments are obviously bullshit, but this one comment moved me. I was moved by a YouTube comment, so I'm going to read it to you.
Read it.
This song will forever signify the beginning of my freedom and independence. It was 1995. I was 17 years old, and it was my senior year of high school, and I'd just gotten my first vehicle. It was 1986 Ford Ranger that I bought for $500, Lil Blue. I was cruising around with the windows rolled down and the wind blowing through my hair. This song was blaring on the radio, and everything was right with the world, it seemed. I'm 39 now, and this song just brings me right back to that day every single time I hear it. I drove that truck for about 1.5 years until I was broadsided and it got totaled. I can still feel the scar inside my mouth right now. No seatbelt, wore them every day since then. The junkyard bought it for me for $400. Years later, I went back to that junkyard to get parts for my Explorer, and it was still there. I sat in the driver's seat, looked down at the gear shift that broke my thigh. I then felt the dashboard with my hand where my face had gotten slammed into it and broke it. I looked onto the floorboard and actually found my old Zippo lighter I had bought in New Orleans years before, and it still worked. I sat and reminisced for a bit, thinking of how lucky I was. My injuries were very minor. I got the parts I initially came for, threw them in the back of my Explorer, and got in the driver's seat to leave and started it up. And I swear to God, don't you know, this song started playing on the radio from the beginning. It's like Little Blue was saying one last goodbye. I sat there and listened for a bit before taking off and almost cried. I turned the volume up, pushed the button to put the power windows down, and cruised down the road, reminiscing once more as the wind blew through my hair. Memories wrapped in music.
Damn.
What? Isn't that incredible?
That's just a
Like, I'm
YouTube
getting
comment on the
teary
music video.
I'm getting teary right now. But the thing that makes me teary is that's how much music means to people. You know, our songs have that effect on people too, and they have those moments with them as well. And it's such a powerful, powerful thing. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
mean,
wanted to
like,
share that.
I love that. Little Blue?
Little Blue. Anyway, so I found that amazing. I have no weirdly bad headlines today. It seems like the media has taken a little bit of a check on itself and started to try to report a little bit more of both sides of the coin, which I have found heartening. Maybe just them being called out enough for clickbait just kind of made them re-examine how they were doing headlines and the body of their content. So I don't have a bunch of terrible stuff. Just continuing to move forward with daily life in that world. I could knock out an email or two if you would like.
Yeah.
Are you sore or something?
Yeah. I've been like really sore. My neck and my right shoulder have been like really tight. I've been doing like mobility exercises with Kevin where we do this like bow and arrow thing, and then we take it back, and then we do like these guys. It hurts. He went to pick up some CBD lotion from Michaela, because she works for High Times, and they were like reviewing a bunch of CBD products. So she sets them out on her porch, and I thought she was just going to give us one thing of CBD lotion. She gave us like 5 different CBD lotions, CBD bath balm, CBD lip stuff, all kinds of stuff. So I've been using that. I am very much looking forward to the next massage, whenever that is going to be. I have a doctor's appointment this week, though, on Wednesday or Thursday.
They're keeping that?
Yes, I'm doing it virtually. I called this morning and I was like, hey, my doctor's appointment on the 16th. Can it be a virtual check-in? Because it's just a check-in. See how I'm doing with my meds and stuff. So it's going to be a Zoom call.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Zoom call.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well,
I'm not pregnant.
I'm glad you're checking in on. We all know.
But fun fact, my sister is pregnant.
Are you allowed to reveal that?
Yeah. She already told people.
Do you know the boy/man?
I do know the boy/man. I met him at Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Congrats.
Congrats, little
Patty's
sis.
sister. Good luck. So, we also have another. We have a what do you call the $25 patrons now?
I think. That's a super bot. 25 is a super bot.
Okay. Well, we have a new $25 patron, Pat Williams. Pat Williams joined this week and also sent us a lengthy email, but I got to get to these other ones first. So, Pat, I'll get to your email next week.
Cool.
Or actually in 2 fucking days, because we do this all the time now. Okay. Oh, also, we are thinking about doing a ticketed Feelings Club show, acoustic show, maybe live from this closet.
Mm-hmm.
From the Cludio. Live from the Cludio.
Live from the Cludio.
We're figuring that out and should have some announcements on it next week. But we'll do that, and anyone who wants to watch. And I think we're going to try to have some sort of tier for if you're a frontline person, and that includes grocery store worker or whatever. Or if you're unemployed and have no money, you can pay nothing. But if you have some money, please give it to us when we do this ticketed show, because we're broke too. Maybe
we can also, to our already subscribed Patreon supporters, maybe we can give them like a special code or something.
Well, I think they can just come into the free tier. I'm going to do it on the honor system.
Got it.
If there's a free tier, you want to come in on it. But if we have some extra cash for us, please pay the ticket price. Because we could use some money as well to pay some bills. Okay. And maybe we'll even put, a thread up to request some songs, that we do.
Okay.
So we can play the ones you want.
Okay.
All right. This is from Joe Belanca. Says, Dwight, watched actually. Awesome job, Patty. Season 2, episode 2 today. And then rolled right over to Love Me Whole on your recommendation, which is the Missio documentary, which you still haven't watched because we were supposed to talk about that episode 3.
You didn't ask me about it.
Okay. If you don't have that watched by Thursday, I'm going to just end the podcast when it starts.
Okay.
It hurts Matt's feelings that you haven't watched it too, just so you know.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I think I haven't watched it because I'm in it. And I know that I'm not in it very much, but I think that's why I haven't watched it.
Like 15 seconds. You're in it. 15 seconds.
Okay, good.
And you look kind of cute. So whatever. Kinda. Not all the way, but kinda.
Doubt it.
It says, dude, first, you rock as a mentor. It shows. Second, nice digs. Love seeing the studios in full color.
I'm sorry. I thought you said nice dick.
Second, nice dick.
Nice.
Love seeing it in full color. And then third, great backdrop. Finally, those middle finger scenes, they should earn you an Emmy. I don't know which scenes they're talking about, but maybe when you watch it, you can remind me. Seriously, though, I listened to the episodes with Matthew and David at least 3 times last year, who are the men from Missio. One of the best you guys have done. Having watched the documentary, it seems like it had a lot to do with starting up the podcast. Jeff Ray did an awesome job. He was the director of that documentary. And I'm wondering if you can get him on. Sure. Bring Missio back, too. More interviews.
Jeff doesn't answer my
Anyway,
text messages anymore, but maybe he'll answer yours.
Oh, the answer is mine.
Yeah, I figured.
You can ask him about that when I get him on.
Oh, I will.
Anyway, my question is, in the film, you guys talk about the use of language in lyrics and how that is a death sentence with regards to radio and commercial success. Not necessarily commercial success, but radio for sure. I remember being pissed early on when YouTube kept taking down Longer Road. I hear you say, be true to the song, be true to yourself, but it seems like you and Patty both struggle greatly with the lack of mass appeal, or at least I've noticed it in person at some of the shows that didn't have huge crowds, and it's pretty obvious how much you love playing the larger UK crowds. What I really want to know is, for each of you, what is the one thing that gives you joy in this business? What keeps you going? I can finish the email, or you can answer that.
Let's pause. Many different things bring me joy. I enjoy creating. I enjoy, it's twofold. Like I have mixed feelings about everything, but like even though creating can feel like work and can sometimes be torturous for me, I also really enjoy it. I enjoy finishing it. I enjoy looking at a finished work and feeling proud of it. I enjoy seeing how it impacts others in positive ways. And I enjoy performing. I love singing. What was the second part of the question?
Well, it's just kind of like, how do you deal with when we have a smaller crowd? Or, I don't like it. I don't like playing for small crowds.
I haven't historically been great at that.
But no one is.
Yeah.
Some people are better at tucking it down and going, I'm an entertainer and the show must go on and that's what this is. But for me, it's more fun to share the message with, and we have a minimum where we're happy. 150 people, Patty and I are good. It doesn't require like a billion people.
150 people in a room that holds 1,000, not good.
No, but appropriate sized amount of people for the room.
Yeah.
Feels good. And it feels like your message is because we know we have a shit ton of fans. We can see it in our streams and in our sales and everything like that. It's difficult to always reach those people. And it's frustrating when you go to a town where say you streamed 300,000 times that month and there is 100 people there. It's frustrating, Of course, it's more fun to play for giant crowds. It's way more fun.
Yeah.
But I understand guys like Frank Ocean who rarely play and others like that just love being in the studio and creating and making music. And they luckily sell enough to where it works for them, or stream enough to where it works financially for them. If I'm quite certain if we were streaming enough that we might not play very much. Just because we both have so much going on at home and we both like the studio, or at least I love it, and you kind of have gotten to like it. You especially like completing it.
And I just like being home.
Yeah. So, success is, it's hard to define success, but for me, success is being able to pay my bills doing what I love. That's literally what it is. There's not a certain threshold of people in terms of like who buys the record. There's not a chart position. It literally is, do I pay my bills and my family taken care of, doing the things the dream that I had when I was, 13 years old.
Do you think you would still consider yourself successful if you were able to do the thing you love and pay your bills, but if those two things weren't the same, if they wasn't the same thing?
No.
Mm.
It would be a hobby to me. It would just be a different thing. I don't think it would stop me from.
That's what I just mean, would you still feel successful if you were working a different job that was paying all your bills and supporting your family, and you also got to do something that you loved, but it wasn't necessarily paying the bills, the thing that you loved?
For me personally, no.
You wouldn't feel successful.
No, it is tied together. The dream for me was always, it wasn't just to be a musician. It was to be a musician who made a living.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I've been able to do. That's the successful part to me, was being able to tie those two things together. But I think it takes a mindset, you know? It does take as you've learned, just trying to live a more creative life, it does kind of take a mindset like, okay, I need to do some things for money now, but maybe even related to the creative side of things. But I got to do some money things. Like for us, I got to do some handwritten lyrics, and I got to promote the merch so we can split that up at the end of the month, and those type of things. There are things you have to do to make ends meet, but they can still be related to the things that you do, you know?
Yes.
Creatively.
I'd like to read you a quote.
Okay.
I know that you're not done reading that.
And actually, let me just finish the email real quick, and then you read me a quote and take us out.
Okay.
And he says, and Dwight, going back to the film, what the fuck is up with those trees? Which he's talking about the pecan trees. That's a pecan orchard out in the middle of Tornillo, Texas, which is on the Mexican border outside of El Paso. It's a studio I use occasionally and have since 1996, I think. It's a really cool, weird place, and there's 9,000 acres of pecans, and that was the off season, and that's Jeff doing drone work over the top of those things, and it's incredible. I mean, Jeff can make anything look incredible, but some of his drone footage is just stunning on that. Says, love you both, Joe. P.S. Patty, don't forget to remind us for ratings and reviews on iTunes on the way out. All right, give me the quote.
Wait, don't forget to what? Out. Say that again.
Remind us of ratings and reviews on iTunes on the way out. I guess because we do it every time. You do it every time.
Thank you so much for that reminder, because I forget. I think I forget like one thing, a different thing every time. But anyway, the quote I wanted to read you that I was reminded of and that I have hanging up in my house is by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's from her book, Big Magic. Okay. It says, a creative life is an amplified life. It's a bigger life, a happier life, an expanded life, and a hell of a lot more interesting life. Living in this manner, continually and stubbornly bringing forth the jewels that are hidden within you is a fine art in and of itself. I like it.
I like it too. And if you can tie it with a paycheck, you're even doing better.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks, guys. Please leave us a review wherever you listen to this podcast. Email us questions, thoughts, and feedback, positive or negative, to the Dwight and Patty Show at gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at the Dwight and Patty Show. Consider becoming one of our patrons of the show on Patreon. It's patreon.com/the Dwight and Patty Show. We have 4 different levels of supportiveness that you can sign up for there. This podcast is now on video and can be viewed on YouTube, Facebook, and IGTV. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So we will see you guys on Thursday. We'll see you on the Thursday Flippy Flip. Peace.
It's the Dwight and Patty Show. The Dwight and Patty Show. It's the Dwight and